Good evening, everyone. Good evening. This is a quick little meal. I wanted to come on here. I haven't been on here in a while. I've just been doing like a lot of shorts. Been kind of busy, and every time I say I'm gonna come on, I don't. So this is a very simple meal. Instead of using the pasta, we're gonna use cabbage today. So it's cabbage, chicken Alfredo, and I'm cutting up my vegetables and all this stuff. I don't like to cut small, so. And this is gonna be a little spicy too, so this is optional. You don't have to use a pepper. I'm using a pepper. Hi. I hope everyone had a wonderful Sunday. As for me, mine was pretty good. I went to church and did some shopping, and so I said, you know what? I decided to come home and make lunch for tomorrow. Because I'm trying to eat healthy, so when I prepare ahead of time, then I can make better choices. So, and all of this stuff that I'm using, you don't necessarily have to use this. This is optional. I just like my food well seasoned. As you can see, I'm not cutting these up small at all. So we're going to saute this in this pot. And I'm going to be using chicken breast and shrimp today. And I got all my products from Publix. Those of you who have a Publix near you, Winn-Dixie, any store. I'm in Florida, so I have Publix, Winn-Dixie, Sam's, Costco's. So, and this is my little red strainer I like to use when I'm cutting vegetables instead of the real big one. So, this is how I cut my vegetables. You see they're not small at all. And actually, you can make this meal in like under 30 minutes. So let's wash this and I'll let it strain. And I'm going to show you the chicken I'm going to be using today. I'm going to be using this. You could get just a chicken breast. I like this particular chicken breast because it's already pre-seasoned. And then the pieces is thinner. It's not as thick. Because when you get the other chicken breast that's in like the pack that you have to season, it's very, I don't know, it's thick, but you can split it in half to take that thickness away. But I just didn't feel like all of that. So, and this is what I'll be using also to put in the bottom of my pan. So this is for me. And the reason why I like this, because as you can see, it's a smooth flavor. Even though it's olive oil, it's healthier. And then not only that, it's not as bold as some of the other olive oils. Because you know, some olive oils, it can have like that strong taste. But this, I promise you, you can't even, look at it. You can't even taste it really. So we're just going to grease up our pan. And everything I'm doing is optional. If I use some things and that's not what you want to use, then that's fine. This is my little pink, little cute little pan. You know, pink is my favorite color. So I have the whole set of these. Pretty good too, as far as not sticking. So we're going to be using the chicken breast. So what we're going to do now, before I put my vegetables in. Oh, I got one more thing to cut. And again, all of this stuff is optional because I know some people don't like, you know, onions and all of that stuff. I eat mostly everything. Colorful is good. Like when you're cooking and you're trying to be healthy, when you cook colorful, it's good. Just like I was told, try to avoid everything white and stick with everything colorful. So let's put this in a bowl to kind of wash this off too. So I just got my vegetables over here just like grainy because I washed everything off. So everything is grainy. Let's wash these scallions. Grainy stuff real good. Okay. So we're going to start off by putting the chicken in. I'm going to put the chicken first. I don't want to touch the chicken with my hands, so I'm going to use a glove to take it out the pack. Nope. I told the glove. Here's another one. These gloves small. I know my hands ain't that big. It's like an extra small glove. So what I'm going to do, I'm trying to keep it as neat as possible so when I finish here, I can go shower and lay down. And this is how the chicken come in the pack. And again, for those of you that's probably coming in, this is what I'm using. Instead of using just the chicken breast that you have to season up. I'm going to still put season on this, but I like it because it's marinating in this sauce. As you can see, all the juices, and so we'll just kind of do that. And this is how it looks. You see? We'll put that one in there. This is the other one. This is like my go-to. Because like I said, it's already pre-seasoned. It doesn't take much. They're thin slices. At least they're thinner than, you know, you have to buy the ones. And then I got some shrimp with this too, which will go in last. But you know, shrimp doesn't take long to cook at all. And cabbage doesn't take long either. That's why I said this is like a simple meal. Kind of patting it down. And when you cook chicken, make sure you washing your hands, keeping everything clean, because chicken is one of those meats that carry bacteria. That's why I didn't want to use my bare hands with this. And I got nails on, so I don't want it to get in my nails. And so we're going to spread that out. And I'll probably be using like all of the packs. Because one pack feeds about 5 people. And as you can look, it has plenty of protein. I don't know if I can see 26 grams of protein. So thank you for the like. The thumbs up. Thanks. We're going to put some Old Bay, and I like to get them juices in there. I got my stove on low for now. And that's only until I put everything in the pot. I like to open it to make sure it cooks easily. And we're just going to season each side up real good. So I can take this glove off. Let's clean this up as we go. I'm going to share with you some of the seasonings I'll be using. Let's cut this up just a little bit. Okay, we're going to use some pepper. I'm going to be using Slappy Mama. We're going to use a little bit of onion powder. I'm going to use a little bit of lemon pepper. And I don't have a particular season that I use. And we're going to use a little bit of this. So I'll be using like quite a bit of seasonings. A little bit of paprika. Again, all of this I'm using is optional. You don't have to use all of this. Black pepper. So let's start off with the black pepper. And you want to use not too much because you don't want it to be over seasoned. A little bit of scrappy mama. And this is kind of spicy too. So we got that one out the way. A little bit of onion powder. This onion powder has no sodium, so you can use as much as you want. A little bit of lemon pepper. And I'm using this because this is my meal and this is all the things that I like. This is very good. I tried this a couple of weeks for the first time. This tastes good on a lot of pastas. Even like if you do like fish, you can incorporate a little bit of that on it. Pretty good. Not too much, a little bit of paprika. This will give it color. So, okay. So we have all of those. Let me get, and we want to kind of get the chicken brown on one side. We don't want it to over cook, because overcooking makes the chicken tough, even though these are thin slices. So let's kind of season it. And I'm going to tell you something. I could have actually made this, but again, this is a quick meal. So this is what I'll be using today. This is new, and I tried this for the first time a couple of weeks ago. It's pretty good. So let's come back again. Add a little bit of paprika on each side. Smack your mama. And black pepper. I'm gonna put some Old Bay on this too. Excuse me. And this the one I have. I love spicy stuff. But I'm not gonna put too much on there. And even though this say Cajun, this is not spicy at all. It's more of the taste, which is a pretty good taste. So we're gonna put this again. And see how it's coming out? But you don't want to overcook it. Let me show you. So, because that's what kind of make it like really hard. It smells good. So we'll let that cook. And then in a minute we'll come in with our vegetables. This will be the cabbage I'll be using. I didn't buy like a whole cabbage because like I said, this is for my lunch next week. So, and then I purchased some shrimp from Publix. We'll cut that out. This is shrimp. Now, if you want to use the pasta, that's fine. I'm just showing a more healthier way to make. Those of you that's in there, hit the like button. It doesn't cost anything. I ain't asking for no money, but I am asking for a like or two. Let's flip this again. We're gonna flip this. Flip this. Flip this. And y'all want to always want to make sure that the chicken is cooked. I'm gonna now come in with my vegetables. For those of you that's coming in, this was the vegetables that I cut up. And I'm just gonna kind of put all those vegetables in there. It's colorful. Make it colorful. Anytime you're eating healthy, make it colorful. Stay away from the white and make it colorful. Even though I got a white onion, but that's fine. And usually I do like the red onions, the purple onions, which is called red onions. I love. So for this meal, I didn't do that. And I also use these, the sweet peppers. So that's where you're seeing where the color is coming in. Okay. So now let's cut this cabbage. We're going to put the cabbage in a bigger strainer. And the way we're going to cut the cabbage, I'll clean this after I cut it up. Well, let's cut that off. I cut the cabbage. So the reason why I cut it like this, so you can get that pasta effect, we're just going to slice it like this. And you can slice it as thin as you want to. So we're going to put this in a strainer. Just do that. And we're going to kind of ruffle them up like this. And see it give it that like that. Not like pasta, but it give you that, you know. I guess it is a form like a pasta. So we're going to just do that. We're going to throw some green pieces in there too. I don't keep all the green pieces, but I like to, you know, we're going to throw this away because that's kind of hard. You want to keep some. See, I'm just going down. And I just cut this in half. Just get it as close as possible. And again, put it in there. We're going to kind of ruffle them up. Very easy. A child can cook this. And you know, cabbage make its own water. I know you guys know that, but just trying to tell you just in case you don't. So let's check our chicken again. And I'm going to put the shrimp in here last. That look nice and pretty. Let's get them vegetables sauteed. And once I pour the sauce in there, it's going to be like, it'll kind of cook the vegetables down. So I don't like them overcooked. So, this is the cabbage. I'm going to cut more cabbage. I'm going to cut the rest of this up. Because this was actually a small cabbage. Just cut this part off. Then I kind of clean the cabbage. And then we're going to put it in my little cute little pink pot. And it's going to ball down. You know what? So I don't cut myself. Let's do this. Just cut it in half like that. Put that there. You don't want to throw all the green away on that cabbage. You want to keep. But I'm just going down. Because when you open it, it gives like that. Uh-oh. Did I mess with the... It give it that, noodle. We're going to throw this part in the garbage. You can keep that if you want to. But as for me, some people cook the whole cabbage. I'm making a mess, but that's okay. I clean it up. Okay, so this one, let's cut this one this way. Let's cut this down. Let's put that on low. Because I'm going to put the sauce in over that in a little bit. Okay, so we got all our cabbage cut. We're going to put that in there. And I'm going to open those. Put that, that'll be washed. Let's get up all this cabbage. Let's clean everything. Clean as you go. So that way you don't have a lot to do when you finish. That's what I be thinking about. One other thing I need to put in this. This. This is garlic. And again, all of this stuff is optional. I have another sauce that I'm going to mix with the sauce that I'm going to use. That I made, actually. This is like the sauce that you do, that you put on crabs. And I have a short too. You can go look and see how I made it. But this is the sauce. I'm going to mix that with this. So we're going to mix it, mix it, mix it. I'm just going to put, I don't know, we'll see how it tastes. So this is what we're looking like. That's my sauce I made. We're going to put that all on. Because you're cooking it with cabbage, you don't want it to be boring. You can eat healthy without it being boring. That's what a lot of people. Let me get some more of this. A lot of people don't realize that. So we're gonna kind of pull that off. We don't need too much because again, you don't want to over season the food, but you do want your food to be seasoned to the point it's good. Take that, marinate those in there, and then that sauce to give it like a Cajun, crabby taste. Cut this back up a little bit. Okay, so this is my cabbage. Remember I cut it in slices, and I wanted to cut it like in a form of like a noodle. I just went down. Now I'm opening it because I'm gonna clean it. Clean it. And even if you wash cabbage before you cut it, always give it that second wash. I'm gonna throw these pieces in the garbage. Again, you could keep that if you wanted. You could eat the whole cabbage. This piece, garbage. So this is what we're looking like. You know, almost like that noodle ruffle look. All the ones that's like that, garbage. And my chicken is over there cooking. Okay, so let's wash the cabbage off. We're gonna wash the shrimp off. Because remember I told you that I put the shrimp in last, because shrimp doesn't take. Give me a second. I'm just washing off my cabbage and give me a second, guys. I gotta clean this cabbage. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, that's cooking a little harder. Now I'm gonna go in and pour this sauce in here. You can make your own sauce. I didn't have time for that. This is quick, so I just went ahead and brought the sauce from out the store. And I'm gonna kind of dock it up a little bit. I have two of these. You wanna get your chicken marinated, and then that sauce I had, we just kind of like letting the sauce taste every little, letting it touch, I'm sorry, every little piece. Take them vegetables and this will have a little kick to it too, because remember I used that pepper. And if you wanted to get all of this, you can actually put a little, let me show you. I don't like the way it's soft. Put a little bit of water, shake it up. Put it right on in there. We're gonna get that all in there. I don't like to make a mess when I'm cooking. And I'm gonna put two sauces in here. Not one, two. And that's my sauce. Set this up a little bit. This is a Cajun sauce, which go good with my sauce. Put this up. Take them chicken pieces in. And the reason why I'm using a lot of sauce, because we're not going to put too much on the cabbage. This is going to be your seasoning. You don't want to put too much sodium in your food. Once this comes to a ball, then I'll put the shrimp in there. We'll put a little bit of more. Let me taste it. Okay. Uh-oh. Let's also put it in here a fresh bay leaf. I'm gonna put two. And remember, it's saucy because you want it to have like that. This is my sauce. I'm gonna put some more in there. Just to give it that Cajun. Okay, so let's get our cabbage together. And let me put the bay leaf in here. I'm going to add the shrimp in a little bit. That is seasoned really well, so we don't need any more seasoning in that. Let's cut this down. And again, I'll be using this olive oil just a little bit. And this pot is for the cabbage. What we're gonna do for our cabbage, use a little bit of Himalaya salt. Let me close this part. We don't want to put too much because again, remember I told you that we're gonna use a little bit of garlic. That has no sodium. Give me a second. Cleaning the cabbage. This piece, I don't want to keep that. Hopefully all this cabbage can fit in this pot. So the cabbage is cooking. Oh, I gotta put the bay leaf in here. I keep forgetting. So this is our sauce that's former lady. We got our cabbage cooking. We're gonna put our shrimp in a little bit. Also for the cabbage, I like to use a little of this because I don't eat beef or pork, so I don't season my cabbage with any meat. And when I tell you this tastes really good, it's really, really good. I don't want too much. Let it kind of ball down. Let's cut it up a little bit. It'll cook down. We don't want it overly cooked. Cook too much. Let's get the baby. What is that? I'm gonna use 3 bay leaf. These are fresh. I just freeze them because I got like a big pack and I don't usually use all of them. We're gonna stick that in there. And the cabbage is cooking nicely. You don't want to overcook it. I use very mild seasoning in the cabbage. This is a Old Spice. This little dot ball. That's a whole Old Spice. And in the cabbage, I'm gonna use a little bit of Maggi seasoning. And again, the reason why I'm using this because I don't eat pork. So this is just a natural, not natural, I'm sorry, just a meat-free way to season up the cabbage. So I use a bean season and then I use Maggi. And then something else we're gonna use, just a little bit, sesame oil. And then the pasta, I'll be using a little basil, a little bit of parsley. Then after this, we'll put a little bit of this in there before the shrimp. And then after the shrimp, just kind of, don't be scared to use it. You can put as much as you want to. When you're cooking, there's no right or wrong way to cook. As long as you like it. This is the basil. We'll just use a little bit of basil. All of these give the food a nice taste. Now this pasta is gonna almost taste like a crab type seafood, and that's actually the flavor that I was aiming for. So let's get all that in there. We're gonna put our shrimp, and then once the shrimp is in here, we'll put the top on there just to let the shrimp cook a little bit. This will be done. I'll show you how the plate turn out. Cabbage doesn't take long to cook. If I wasn't on live, I could have really cooked this in like maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But of course, when you're, so this is our shrimp. It's very clean. We're just gonna kind of dump that in there. Let's cut this up. Yeah. And if you want, you can get some big shrimp. I just decided to get these little. They was on sale at Publix. At first, I was gonna put shrimp in it, but then I said, you know what? If I'm doing like Cajun, let's put some shrimp in there too, and some chicken. And now, if you want to use your pasta versus chicken, I'm sorry, versus pasta rather than cabbage, you can do that. I also have miracle noodles that I can use, but I won't be using the miracle noodles today. And let me show you how the miracle noodles look. This is miracle noodles. Because again, I'm trying to stay away from so much carbs. So this is the miracle noodles. And then you can see it's only 5 calories. So if I would eat this whole pack, because this pack is supposed to serve 2 people, I'm only getting 2 calories. And then look at the carbs. There's 3 grams of carbs. The fiber, you can see, is 2. So you subtract um, 2 from 3. You only have 1 gram. That's where this 1 gram come from. There's no protein, but that's okay. And then this is the fats. This is this free gluten. So if you're a person that can't have gluten, you know, vegetarian, zero fat, sugar, sodium. Now, before you cook these, it's always good to wash them off really, really well. But when you purchase them, the instructions is on here how to cook it. Everything is here. So that's another option. That bay leaf is cooking in there real well. We just want to get the those shrimp in there to make sure they turn orange. It smells so good. And then to top it off, we're gonna parsley. You can't go wrong using parsley. We're gonna put a little bit of more Old Bay. You don't have to get the hot one. Remember, I like spices. I'll put that on there. Let's cut this thing. Check on our cabbage because we're gonna kind of not overcook it. Just steam it. Let's see how this is seasoned. That's good. It's not like overcooked. Let's put a little bit. I'm crunching. I'm sorry. Let's put a little bit of more of the season I use in there. Just a little bit. Nobody put too much. And I'm gonna let this cabbage cook maybe like 2 more minutes, and I'm gonna cut it off because I don't want it to be like soggy cabbage. We'll put a little bit of pepper on our cabbage too. Let's put all this stuff up because this is about over. Kind of cleaning up everything here. Just cleaning up everything here. Okay, so let's put the cabbage on. So let's make the plate so you can see how it actually turns. Clean up everything here. We're gonna make a plate. So first, let's get the cabbage. I don't want that much. Let's kind of clean up the plate here. So this is how our cabbage turned out. And then I'm looking for a smaller chicken breast. Put some onions. This is how it turned out. And on mine, I'm just gonna sprinkle, what kind of sauce? Okay, I'm gonna put a little seasoning on top of mine. Hold on. I wish I had some the little Parmesan cheese, but uh-oh. I don't have any more. So this is the end result. What? Oh, and I can put some Italian seasoning on it too. And if I had Parmesan, I would put the Parmesan. So this is how it turned out. Nice and healthy. Anyway, I am about to eat. Thank you for watching. And I'm going to make a cucumber salad. I may come back, I may not. Everybody have a good night. Let me show you since you just came in here. This is the end result.